Welcome, Roy Ones. This whole video is based on fear. Specifically, the fear of not getting my GED. So basically, me not getting my GED was a huge hurdle I had to overcome. Not having my GED was a big monster that I created for myself. It was a monster because every time someone mentioned school, diploma, I became fearful, if for lack for any other word. I became a person that didn't want to talk about it, that didn't want to hear about anything about going to school or about having diplomas. So let me go back. Let me go back to high school. High school, for me, I didn't learn anything. It seemed like the teachers didn't care. It seemed like all the students had some kind of issues, or nobody really cared about learning anything. Not only that, but students were getting beat up, stabbed, and shot on a regular basis. So I felt like it was no reason for me to be there. So I quit. I dropped out. Now, when I dropped out, it wasn't a big thing to me. I said, well, I'm just gonna go and, go get a job and make some money. And that became a constant rotation. It was not a career. It was always a job that I was getting. There always were kind of low minimum wage jobs, usually did 1 or 2 of them to be able to get, some material things that I wanted. But it never was anything fulfilling. But, not having my GED, I allowed tons of opportunities to go past me. A lot of government offered jobs and, private jobs that just needed a diploma. Something as simple as a GED. So, whenever somebody talked about it, LeVar, hey, when you got your GED, I just always felt this big, strong weight in my chest that I couldn't really deal with. So instead of dealing with that energy and that feeling, I would usually avoid conversations or not be around people that would bring it up. So, after a while, things got really hard because I had these jobs and they weren't really paying that much. A friend of mine actually came to me and asked me, LeVar, do you have your GED? When they asked me, I was horrified, right? And I told them the truth. I said no. And they motivated me to go to Kingsborough Community College and take the GED class there. I did it, and I took the pre-course. When I took this pre-course, the instructor came and gave me the results and said, it's obvious you're very astute. You did excellent on the class. Automatically, it was like, what did you just say? And I actually repeated, excuse me, could you repeat that? She said, it's obvious you are very astute because you did extremely well on this class. I suggest you take the test immediately. Now, that was the first time I've ever heard anybody call me smart. Ever. So, that was a monumental thing in itself. Fast forward, I take the test. The moment I take the test and I'm walking away, I feel this weight coming off me, almost like energy blankets, if you want to get metaphorical about it, just coming off me. And I felt light, and I said, why did it take me so long to do this? Why did I wait so long? And it was only fair. I made this thing into a big monster. I passed the test. I'm shocked I do my dance of joy. I'm so excited, right? And then I enrolled in Kingsborough. Because at Kingsborough Community College, you only needed to have your GED to enroll. So I enrolled. I'm super excited. I always wanted to go to college. I take my first class and I got my first test. An A. I'm completely shocked, completely in awe. And I said, if I got this A, then I can always get an A. Not only were I getting A's, I became the student government president. I became like president of like 4 different things. I started representing the school. I started giving speeches in front of students, in front of professors, 400 people at a time, 500 people. I started to get to know all the staff, the administration, and what they did, they believed in me. And that made all the difference in the world. Not only did they believe in me, but they had expectations of me. They expected me to succeed. They expected me to come through on things that I said. They expected me to be an example of success. And because they expected it of me, I came through. And then once I started to get that taste of success, I wanted it all the time. So I expected it of myself. And from expecting of myself, I started to get more confidence in my own creative potential. I started creating programs. I created programs to go to different countries in Africa, which was amazing. I got to meet kings, presidents, and God knows who else. Have amazing experiences. Not only myself, I was able to take tons of different students and professionals with me to these places. I became the school face, if you want to call it that, where I would go to different schools, high schools, junior high schools, different states to represent Kingsborough, let people know that it existed. This all from a guy that had no academic confidence in itself. Right? I started getting scholarships to continue with school. I applied for NYU because I said, man, if I can exceed, I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. That's how I felt. I got accepted to NYU. I got a $25,000 scholarship to go to NYU. Then I got another $25,000 scholarship for a program that I applied for and won. It was only 5 students out of the state that they picked. Imagine this, from a guy that had no academic confidence whatsoever, to be able to, to have belief in yourself, to even fill out and create all of these wonderful things. Fear is an illusion. Fear is false evidence appearing real. I know y'all all heard it before, especially on my YouTubers, right? So once I got over my initial fear, I blossomed. And even in NYU, I applied for business competitions, right? And I actually won one. And the whole premise of this business competition was, once you won, you got to network and mingle with entrepreneurs and high-level executives, right? They told me I was the first person that ever won that wasn't a business student, which was amazing in itself, right? The only reason I entered it is because I had confidence in myself. I didn't fear rejection anymore. And that was a mind-blowing and life-changing experience in itself, because one day, the president of the largest angel investment company in the world, or I could say in the largest angel investment company, he was the New York representative there, he came and gave a speech. And he started talking about angel investment and what he does. And I said, wow, this guy's amazing. I have to go talk to him. So I talked to him and asked him for a job. Can you believe this? Me going up to him and asking him for a job? And he said, come for an interview Monday. I said, I'll be there. Now, of course, I had no idea what an angel investor was. So I looked it up, and by the time I came to that interview, believe me, I knew everything I had to know. And he wound up giving me a shot and say, hey, let's try you out for 3 months. After that 3 months, he gave me a job, the title, the entrepreneur director. That's how much I felt. Wow, who would have thought? Who would imagine, right? No fear. Having no fear that you can do it. You can prepare yourself to be successful, right? It's just that we have to get over the fear. It's amazing what happens when we have some people that believe in us. We start to believe in ourselves, because sometimes we don't have people that believe in us and can't see the potential that we have. Sometimes we can't be with family members because they don't see it. You have to go through outside sources, and they can be a reflection of what you are and allow you to see things in yourself that you didn't know exist. So the whole premise of this video and the statement that I have to make is, release your fear. Get over it, no matter what it is. It may be a GED like it was for me, or it may be something else that's holding you back. It could be something very simple, or something a little bit more difficult to overcome. But overcome it. Once you overcome it, your life will begin to blossom. You'll have so much more fun in this life, and that's what it's all about, right? So I hope this helped in any way possible. The whole premise of this channel is to share personal experiences, things that you didn't know, that hopefully now that you do know, your life can excel. So until next time, live and love the life you choose. Peace.